What is up, YouTube? How is everybody out there doing today? And here we are at our very final video on the 4L60E rebuild. And obviously this last part of the video is going to consist of the valve body, which is probably the most important part of a transmission build, because the valve body literally controls every single part of shifting, pressure, what pistons are going to be pressurized to engage what clutches in order to put the car in different gears, including reverse, first, second, third, and fourth, and overdrive, which consists of the converter, which we will not be getting into on this video. This video is pretty much just going to be on the valve body assembly part. If you did not see the last video of us assembling, or actually the last two videos of us assembling the lower half of the case and the upper half of the case, go do me a favor and check it out here for the first half of the case. And then if you're very, very interested in seeing the second part or last video that we had up, assembling the second part of the case, which is the upper input shaft part of the case, go check that video up right here as well. But first, before we get this video started, I have a complaint that I need to talk to you guys about. And this bothers me very, very, very dearly. It upsets me. There's a company, they keep contacting me. They keep pressuring me into doing something that I don't want to do. And I'm not going to give in. No matter how much they beg me and plead me to do so, I'm not going to give in to this company to shave my beard. And that company is Dollar Shave Club, and I'm going to talk to you guys about that right now. So these guys had the audacity to send in my P.O. box, which is P.O. Box 562 after the PA 17522, if you guys want to send me anything, which will be pretty awesome. I can have some mail time, but they're going to get their own little piece of mail time right now. Let's turn this thing around. Let's open her up. But they try to send me all these freaking items. Now, I won't lie. I'm not going to lie. The toothbrush, pretty cool. I can definitely use the toothbrush. It comes with its own awesome toothpaste. The toothbrush and the toothpaste itself are very, very good. I would use that stuff, but all this other stuff in here, they're not ever going to make me use. We have razors, not going to use those. We have this really awesome, let's get it out of the bag here for a minute, really awesome razor right here, which we're never going to use either, because I'm not shaving my beard, guys. I don't understand why they keep like trying to beg me to do so. It comes with this really awesome shave butter, which I'm sure is great if I shaved my beard. But what else do we have? We have sage black pepper hair and scalp shampoo. Now, I might use this on my beard, and maybe I'll let you guys know how it does. It is hydrating, which is pretty cool. And this could be used on my beard, and I'd be pretty proud to use that. We have some Citrus Hawaiian Ginger Daily Face Cleanser. Might use that on half my face. Obviously, the other half is filled with a beard. Last but not least, we have some body cleanser, which I'm sure I'll use that as well. So we have all this product here in a box, which is pretty cool, to be honest. Usually they have some writing on these boxes. Welcome to your better bathroom. It just got a lot cooler in here. Not gonna lie, they definitely package these things really, really nicely. Link in the description. Go check these guys out. At least if you guys shave, it'll help you guys out. But they're never going to make me shave. It's not going to happen. It's cold. It's nighttime. I'm going to do a little video outside here. Show you what it looks like outside right now. Yeah, it's just nothing but snow and junk out there. Yeah. And it's like, literally, I kid you not, it is 10 degrees outside right now. It is cold as balls, guys. Cold as freaking balls outside. So obviously you guys know what this very last video is going to be about. It's going to be about the 4L60E transmission and the final assembly of it. Alright guys, as you can see, we have the valve body all sprawled out here. It is all dirty and disgusting and yucky. So basically what we're going to have to do, we're going to clean everything up. We're going to also inspect the forward piston. Sometimes the forward piston in this section here is made out of plastic, which is pretty common for these transmissions, but if it is, we're going to go ahead and we are going to upgrade this sucker to aluminum. Now, keep in mind, we'll show you here, there is a spring behind here. Then we get these bolts out. I'll show you what it exactly looks like. Put the bolt there. Kind of see the spring popping out now. We are not going to be doing a shift kit in this because it's not a high performance build. So it doesn't need a shift kit basically. See the spring coming out there, guys? There we go. Let's get this out of here. Like that. Got to kind of hold it with your hand while you do this. This is really important to check. Even if the valve body is really clean, and you don't really need to, I mean, you should clean it regardless, but even if it's kind of clean, you should really take this apart and check it. So there's springs, like we do everything upside down. We're gonna go in here and we're just gonna pop this sucker out. And it does look like it's plastic, guys. It definitely does. Yep, it's a plastic one. So we'll put that there, and basically we're gonna upgrade it to an aluminum one here. Basically what happens is, when these get old and hot, they will get cracks in here around this shaft, this pin. They'll get, they'll get cracks and they'll leak fluid past. It won't hold pressure on the piston itself, and it'll actually leak past and make the piston slide back down again, and you'll start losing forward gears and stuff. So that's why we upgrade them with the aluminum ones. Same with this guy here, we upgrade all the plastic with aluminum as well too. So we're gonna get this cleaned up here, get it all wiped down, put it in the tank, make it look nice and pretty again, and then we're gonna show you the differences between the two different valve body gaskets that we have sitting here. We actually have two different styles that go on here, a pre 2001 and post 2001, as the paperwork says, which we'll look at that too. And then we'll get this thing put on the transmission and start finishing this guy up. All right, guys, we have everything cleaned up. The valve body's cleaned up and good to go. I checked all the valves in it. We have our 2.4 servo completely, torn apart. We're going to be putting new Teflon rings in there as well. All of our bolts are cleaned up, solenoids cleaned up, all that fun stuff, and all that fun stuff. So, very first thing that we got to do, very first thing that we have to do is we have to check one of these check balls right here. If I can get a hold of them, one check ball, and that check ball goes right here in that location, right there in that guy. That's where that goes. The next step, look, I got some beard hair. Look, I got a little bit of beard hair in there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our valve body plate, and if you notice, there's two filters. Now, I did clean this up already, and I kept the filters in here just to show you guys what it looks like. But if you guys can see, we'll pull this filter out here if it wants to come out for me. There we go. There's metal in that filter, so that filter is junk. And then this filter over here is definitely got metal in it. So we'll pull that guy out here. You can even see how the filter was kind of closing up. We have two new filters that go in there, so you can see the metal in there. It's kind of yucky. Get our rag here, clean that area up a little bit better. These come with two different styles of valve body gaskets, and you have to make sure you use the right style or the right one for this valve body, because if you don't, you're going to have issues, and you're not going to be very happy about tearing this valve body back out just to replace gaskets that you messed up on. So the easiest, bestest way to figure that out is obviously just get the old valve body gaskets. So on these old valve body gaskets, there's letters. Like, for example, you can see C means case, V means valve body. So we have a C and a V. So these are the stock ones that came off. They are trash. They're junk. We want to get them out of there. So let's look at these guys. So obviously this one has a VB, which we know we are not going to be using. This one has a C, so we know we'll be using the one with the C. Put that over there. This has a CA, which we will not be using. And this one has a V, and what we were looking for was the V and the C. And there we go. These are our valve body gaskets. We know they're correct. They match the original ones that are on the valve body, so we'll be using them. So obviously C means case, V means valve body, like I explained before. So this is going to go in between the case and the plate. The V is going to go in between the plate and the valve body. What I usually do is I'll take a little bit of our good old blue grease here, smear it around. That way the valve body gasket sticks to it nicely. It doesn't move around on me while I'm assembling things. And obviously this will go down like that. Make sure you put that check bowl in there. You do not want to forget that. So then the next thing is we'll get some more greasy here. You know, there we go, there we go, there we go. Make it all over the place. That's just, like I said, help the valve body gasket stay in place, not move around on you and stuff while you're trying to work on these things. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the 2.4 servo in. We need to put our Teflon rings on, which I've already picked out. There we go. There we go. The red O-ring goes on this part of the piston here. We're going to get messy here in a minute. Come here, sucker. I'm moving things and messing everything up. I just want this O-ring right here. That's all I want, you know? This O-ring goes on here. That goes on the casing. This Teflon ring goes on this guy here. One size fits all pretty much, guys. You can't mess it up. So what we're going to do here is we're going to be using a lot of blue grease to get this together. And this basically, what I'm using the blue grease for initially for this is just to keep these Teflon rings in place while I put everything back together. Okay, got our spring. Our spring can actually go on there. That way it doesn't go anywhere. And then all this here goes in here like so. Oh yeah, you can hear that sucker doing its job in there, guys. Alrighty, now comes the fun part. Okay, now there we go, that's popped in. We're gonna hold this in place while we get this snap ring in here with the screwdriver. There we go. And she's in. She is good to go, guys. You can see that snap ring is in there. Them two guys. And they just clip right around like that. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hopefully you can. Put some blue grease in there. It helps the line slide in nice and tight. Your lockup O-ring right there. Make sure you put that in and lube it up as well. The next thing we got to do is we got to put this this new Ford aluminum piston in is what we got to do. Almost forgot it. There we go. We need them 3 bolts there. Alrighty. So we basically just put our O-ring on. Obviously, like I said before, guys, you definitely want to lube it up. Go ahead and put our pin in right there. Oh, come here, piston. Come here, you piston. Piston goes in like so. A little bit of tapping ain't gonna hurt it. Just to get it in there. There we go. All my papers fell down. Spring goes on. The spring goes on. Like so. And then finally, our plate goes back in. Like that. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Alright, now that that's completed, now on to the next step, which is going to be all of these awesome check balls. So, one goes there, one goes there. There should be 7 of them. I made a mistake in my first video, my teardown video. I said 7 check balls. There's actually 8 check balls, believe it or not. So, there's 7 on the valve body side, and then you have that one in the case right there. Now, obviously, as you guys can see, you're probably thinking, man, Andy, you've got to turn this valve body upside down to get it onto the transmission the way it sits. Well, guys, that's why they have blue grease. So, basically, get your hands dirty, and you start stuffing blue grease in here. The next thing we're going to do now at this point, obviously, is we got to put this valve body on the transmission, and that is a different game itself, because we need to put that linkage in place as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this out like so. We're going to go ahead and we're going to move it around. I thought I heard a check ball the drop. I was like, no, not a check ball. All right, and then this just goes, it sits on there like so. First things first is get this guy in place here. That way you can start lining the valve body up. Actually, don't put that guy in just yet. This guy can go in here. So we're gonna focus on these 3 bolts here. These are the 8 millimeters or the 5/16, the rest of them are 10. They go here, here, and here. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put all of our other 10 millimeter bolts in. All right, so there is a way of tightening these down. I just go any which way I want to, honestly, but the first 2 that I do is I try to do 2 angle ones like this. This is an alignment one over here. And then I'll do this one. I'll do that one. It's your mandatory pressure switch. I want to get that down first. And then what you can do is you can go kind of like an outside circle, like so. Now we will check these with our hand. So you see how I'm kind of going in an outside motion. And then we'll switch over and get our 8 millimeter here. Alrighty, now what we can do is we can double check them. There we go. There we go. There we go. And then obviously our 10. Check all them. Make sure they're all tight. Now, very important that these are tight. We got to go ahead and put our lockup solenoid in. And then we have to put our new solenoid in, which we need a little bit of grease for on the new O-rings here. There we go. Then we put our clip in like so. Now we can tighten up this here. There we go. All right, last but not least, we need to plug in all of our sensors. Here we go, like so, like so, like so. Manifold pressure, shift solenoids, plug them in. And then our EPC solenoid, plug that in. And then it all sits down there like so. And then, last but not least, put some blue grease inside of on our filter snout here. Go ahead and put our filter on. And that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, the only thing that's going to be really left here is the pan, which I still need to clean up. And I'm not really going to show you guys. We need to put this on as well. This is our linkage, for our linkage. It's a 13. So we need to grab a 13. I almost forgot about that, guys. Why didn't you comment below and remind me? Tell me I almost forgot my linkage spring. All right, good. Now, really the only thing left is to clean up the pan, which, you know, you guys don't really need to see me clean up a freaking pan. Put the pan on, put the bell housing back on, which is nothing. Put the tail housing back on with the new rear seal. And that's pretty much it, guys. That is the assembly of a 4L60E transmission. It's pretty simple, as you guys can see. The valve body is a pretty easy part to do. Nothing to be really concerned about, you know, doing it yourself if you want to do something like this at home on your own. All right, guys, we are all done with this 3-part 4L60E build series. I really hope that all you guys enjoyed it, gained a little bit of knowledge out of it. I'm really hoping you did. I mean, I didn't show you everything, like I said in the beginning of the video. I didn't show you everything that I did for this 4L60E, but I want to give you guys a little bit of a taste of what it's like to build a 4L60E on your own. And obviously, if you buy the books like I stated before, anybody can build one of these, follow the instructions, and it'll show you exactly what part goes where and how the O-rings go in and how to do the O-rings and all that stuff. So it's not hard at all, guys. And this relates to every transmission out there as well, not just the 4L60E. So if you guys enjoyed this video, do me a big favor. Give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Instagram, Diablo Formula Racing. Facebook is also Diablo Formula Racing, guys. Deuces.